You're probably going to see the Odyssey, but before you do, you need to understand some lore. Specifically, why this woman is hooking up with a swan. It's weird, just stay with me. So this bestiality is a famous scene in art history, and it's basically the story of how Helen of Troy, played by Lupita Nyong'o, is conceived, who her parents are. The story goes that Zeus, this guy, who's much scarier than this in actual mythology, desires Leda, who's a mortal queen. So he disguises himself as a swan, because gods were always making themselves animals, just like a weird thing they did. And although there are many accounts of what happens next, most contemporary literature agrees that he rapes her. This impregnates Leda, and she lays 2 eggs. Even though she's immortal, she lays eggs. Very cool. And she hatches 4 babies. Stay with me, just stay with me. This video is getting so taken down. Okay, so 2 of the kids are Castor and Pollux, who we now know as the Gemini twins. They are the constellation in the sky. The other twins are Helen and her sister Clytemnestra, who are both portrayed by Lupita in the movie. But Helen in particular grows up to be the most beautiful woman in all of the land. Zeus is her father. He's kind of given her this demigod status. All the men of Greece make an oath to protect her. So when Paris, the character, takes her to Troy, it erupts into the Trojan War. That's the war that sets the Odyssey into motion. So when you're watching the Odyssey, remember, this is not the beginning of the story. This is the end of the story. The crazy thing about this story is once you know it, you see it everywhere. The Romans literally had it on their coins in the 3rd century. There's renditions by artists from Da Vinci to Salvador Dali to Cy Twombly. There's a swan in there somewhere. And the fact that it's a swan is really interesting, right? Because a swan is so graceful and beautiful, but it will not hesitate to attack you, which is why it's a good metaphor for a man that will do that to you, because often it's the people that you trust the most. It's beautiful, it's tragic, and it also says a lot about the women in the Odyssey. Women in the Odyssey a lot of times have other people's will imposed on them, right? A lot of women historically did not want what happened or what was done to them. If this interests you, I would definitely recommend Margaret George's Helen of Troy, or Circe, who's also a female character in the movie. And you could watch The Return, which is about Odysseus and Penelope, which is who Anne Hathaway plays. Anyway, now that you know, I promise you're gonna see this everywhere. You're gonna see Leda and the Swan like everywhere. Happy watching!